but they weren't rewarded for their efforts. Even though they had the perpetrator's DNA, detectives had no idea how to identify him. They believed that this person had probably committed serious crimes before, because they found it hard to believe a first-timer could commit such an elaborate crime. It appeared that this person had followed Tanya and Jay for a while and managed to make his move once they reached Seattle. Detectives thought he may have gotten close to Jay and Tanya by asking them for a ride. Then at some point he used a gun to force them to follow his commands. It was also thought that the perp purposefully left Tanya's things and the rubber gloves where they would be seen, so someone would call the police. They thought he may have been bragging that it was pointless to look for his fingerprints because he wore gloves and detectives wouldn't be able to catch him. It is also important to note that forensic experts found several different prints on the van that didn't belong to the couple, but detectives doubted that they belonged to the killer due to the evidence that he most likely wore gloves. The prints weren't in any databases, so they didn't bring detectives any closer to catching the person who committed this horrendous crime. For the next few weeks, investigators continued to look for new leads and witnesses and continued looking into various suspects, but they were not rewarded for any of their efforts. They were no closer to finding the answers they had been looking for so long. This cycle continued until December after the murders, when something unexpected occurred. The couple's family started receiving letters and postcards from someone claiming to be the perpetrator. In the messages, the writer confessed to the heinous crimes, mocked the couple's families, and said that detectives would never catch him. Detectives tried to find the sender, but it was nearly impossible at that time. All they could prove was the cities from which the letters originated within the Postal Service, but this didn't help them identify the killer. They continued to be delivered on a regular basis. Many times they would show up during holidays, which detectives believed was the killer's way of hurting the families even more. They were, however, able to determine that the letters came from cities and states all around the country. This indicated to them that he likely traveled around a lot. But they also weren't sure that the person sending the letters was the perpetrator. In high-profile cases like this, it's not unheard of for people to torture the victims' families with fake letters claiming to be from the killer. Unfortunately, fake letters to victims' families are a common thing. Since the letters started coming, there had been no other headway made in the case for several years. They continued to keep looking into people that could have been potential suspects and did not rule out the involvement of a serial killer. This was supported by the fact that 2 other couples had been victimized in the same part of the state in recent years. Although detectives found the connections between these cases, proving it was difficult. In the next few years, detectives caught many serial killers working in the area,